Okay, got the stream up right now. So we are currently live both on YouTube and Twitch at the moment. I just need to get my game fully loaded up. Oh wait, it is actually loaded up right now, so that's good. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to everyone watching around the planet, around the globe. So today we have a bit of a plan on what's happening. So we're going to be messing around with Starship, just faffling around and seeing what's going to happen. We will be testing out the new Block 3 Starship add-on that got added to the game on Starship Expansion Project, which is a mod. And then another mod called F3's GSE, which stands for Ground Support Equipment, adds the entire block 3 pad 2 to the whole game, which is pretty cool. Honestly, this is the biggest Starship update we've honestly had in a long time actually. So, it's pretty good, which is why why we're gonna be talking and messing around right now. So, with that out of the way, let's get into it. So you may notice some stuff around here that's pretty new, is if I go into the mod menu of that one mod, we're going to go into Starship Expansion Project. There we go. It adds a lot more new things. So we're going to start off with we're going to start from top to bottom. So what does Starship have? It has a nose cone. So it adds, we're going to use the Pez dispenser version, which is this one right here. It has a little Pez door that actually opens. And also it has some like ablative switch you can enable, which is right now. You can see it looks like a full-on haircut. I think in here there's a node that got added. So in this mod, it adds the whole SpaceX Starship into the game, which is pretty cool. Also, there's 2 other people watching the Twitch chat right now as we speak. Speaking of chat, is my chat enabled? It is. I am so smart. um. Anyway, so there's different types of versions of the nose cones. There's the cargo variant, which actually opens out. So it has the same ablative like material on like installed, the same side ablative stuff. So it has the cargo bay door and then the PEZ door and then just a regular door. Well, it's actually no door actually, which is pretty nice. I wish there was a crewed version, so you have crew on board, which it's pretty nice find to do. Anyway, so let's just get rid of those. Then the next thing down is the core, which is the main fuel tanks. Oh, let me stick that on top. So the main fuel tanks over here, the main fuel tanks, which is your liquid oxygen, liquid methane tanks. This is actually different, really cool, because like it has like different like coloring and texturing compared to the Block 2 variant. Let me compare the both. So this is the Block 2 version. That one looks a bit more cleaner, but this one looks better. Well, you can also notice from the heat tiles. It's pretty cool. I did notice there was different RCS thruster block placements. There's a few thrusters like I think there and there. Oh no, here and here. I don't know what that is there, but here we got the new catch pins. And also over here is actually a Starlink terminal, which is like an antenna basically. And what's funny about it, was pretty cool, it's literally hidden under the tiles, under the heat tiles. So over here, right, there's the whole raceway, which I really like. The raceway houses like power, the fuel. What else does it also have? Communications, I guess. And also there's a new quick disconnect system over here. And over here as well, there's in this new mod it adds different like docking mechanisms. So you can have a passive docking mechanism. It's only for the fuel refueling transfer things where it adds these things which are like the pipes. Yeah, these pipes remind me of these side docking things. They remind me of the old Apollo docking ones. You know what Apollo 4 to Apollo 17 had, and Skylab had. Yeah, it has those docking mechanisms, and you can take this off and switch it with a active docking hardware, which adds the little like holder things, which they can extend. Oh, I think they extend. Yeah, extend arms, so they open out and they'll dock, which is quite nice. I don't know what this is all about, this part here. I think it's to do with the docking mechanism again. Very weird. So we're gonna use the passive one, and I just completely misplaced it. Where is it? It's these things over here. So anyway, that's the main parts. And also, what I really love about this mod now is they updated like the engines and plumes and all that, which means it works. So let's get them out. So we have the engines, if I can get them. We have the Raptor 3, which has its own normal plume, fuel-rich plume, and then a engine-rich plume. So got the normal purple/blue plume, which is beautiful. Then we've got a fuel-rich plume, which means it's like, fuel-rich. I think it's methane-rich. Then there's engine-rich. Now this one is quite a bad. If you see this on one of your flights, you might want to switch engines, and it makes the entire plume look green, which is actually the mixture of copper, if you didn't know. It's a cool fun fact. So yeah, you can basically add them. So you're gonna add them like that. I want you to have the balls sticking outwards. Okay, that sounds a bit weird, but you know what I mean, like the gimbal things that gimbal the engine. Speaking of gimbal, if I can control it, there's a gimbaling mod, a gimbal trim mod that like adds the ability to move the engines. I think you can do it on the older ones. No, I don't have it installed. Then there's the vacuum engines, the vacuum Raptor 3s. If I can stick them on. They're not wanting to stick on. Now they are. So here's the Raptor 3, the in-space vacuum engines that are used to burn in space, while the sea levels are actually used for like in atmospheric flight. So such as like your landing burn or your like high altitude flight hop tests. If Starship version 3 does that, which you know highly doubt it does. And also fun fact, there's also a gimbalable version that the mod developer did, along with the booster variant. So this is the center variant and this is the booster variant. Booster variant is used on like the booster engines. Now, what does Starship have that everyone likes? It's the flaps. So let me get them out. We have the Block 3 flaps. These are same like the Block 2 ones, but like this one has better camera angles. So we get both of them out like that, and they can move. They can actually pivot. You can see that moving right now, which is quite cool. And we'll get the bottom aft flaps. What I like about these ones, they're like a lot different. You know, they're like a lot different than the other ones. And what's cool about this, right, is you can toggle the tile switch. You can have the Ship 39 tiles, which by the way looks pretty cool. By the way, speaking of tile switch, that's also on the core tanks, right here. Yeah, I think it's Ship 39, which is cool, which is quite a nice feature actually. Also, you can make Starship really shiny if you have the Reforged Materials Redux mod installed. So if you select light chrome, you can, yeah, make it shiny. Make it all shiny. But yeah, it's a cool mod. Anyway, back to Starship. It also comes with the booster. The booster part, which actually it's actually one whole piece, instead of like multiple segments like on the old Flip and Burn mod that's now discontinued. So this is it. I love how it's really textured. And also, this reminds me of the old Soviet N1 rocket that they used in the 1960s to compete with the Saturn V. Also comes with the grid fins. Now what's different from block 1/block 2 to block 3 boosters is this booster has 3 grid fins that pivot and move. While the old one uses 4. You can see right there, there's like 4 little connectors. Also the grid fins are bigger, which is cool. Like I'm not kidding, they can turn. They turn to 60 degrees, I think, which is quite a bit. And fun fact, this middle grid fin right here actually uses the roll, so it basically makes it like turn. So it rolls, well, should I say spin, while the 2 ones that are sticking out are the basically controlling its direction, so its pitch axis. Then if you scroll all the way down, my scroll wheel's gonna hate me after this. You can see the engine placements, and this comes with a full-on cluster, which you can place right here. And there is still 33 engines. I really did think there was 35 at first. But yes, you can see like some of the engines have moved out a bit. Oop. Right where the engines are. And fun fact, this also comes with a plume switch, so you can switch up the engine exhaust. So you have your regular plume, which actually uses the old flip and burn waterfall effects, which means the plume would look better. Now we also got the blue plume, which is pretty cool. It's literally blue, like so blue, like dark blue color. So that's what this mod really adds to the new Starship mod, to the new Starship parts. You can actually download this mod on GitHub or SpaceDock, if I can find it. So yeah, you can download that mod right now actually. If I can find it real quick. I'll just type in the link for you guys, just so it makes your life easier. And so I just sent in the SpaceDock one, which is the most recent version. No, not recent version. Sorry, most like compatible, stable version. While the GitHub one is the recent one. It's such a great mod, honestly. That's what I like about this. What I like about this game is the mods. They're really easy and cool, and also you can practice flying. And somebody from the Starship community actually made a Frost mod for this, which adds the Starship Frost. Now it is actually a work in progress, so it's getting better over time. There's these like frost ring things you have to put on basically. And when it comes to the starships with the ablative material, you want to get out the frost. Press E on the keyboard. Then, because this is a oxidizer frost, we're gonna hover over the bottom tank. Now press W and click, and you'll see this big frost line, this big frost like cold white thing. You want to move it inwards so it lines up perfectly. And watch this, when you go to the oxidizer, if you lower it, it goes down. So that simulates the frosting effects. So do the same for the methane. They're like that, and then you can move it inwards. You have to rotate it, otherwise it'll glitch through the tape and fade through the ablative material. But it's a pretty cool mod. Now that's only for the Starship. Tails man just said upside down man. I mean, I am upside down from American perspective. Anyway, if you did have Flip and Burn, the mod Flip and Burn, because it's a dependency for the Frost mod, you can actually get the Block 3 Frost effects, but they will come in the future for regular SEP. So you get the Booster Oxidizer. Now don't rotate it, you have to hover it once it's like that, then press W, and you get the effects. And you just merge it into the center. Like that, I think. It's a bit difficult at times, but you'll get it. You'll get the hang of it, I'm sure. But it's a really great mod. Or set of mods, I should say. I don't know why the frost isn't frosting. But usually it'll come into place. So if we get the methane frost, the methane section frost, we can attach it on. Now when I did see this mod release, I thought there'd be like a proper frost dome on top. but it's fine. I think there will be some notes coming for the actual mod when it comes out for the public. But when you know what you're doing, then the game is fun. But yeah, when you launch, it'll be better. So yeah, that's the starship. That's the actual starship itself. Now let's look at the infrastructure or the ground support equipment, the GSE. You want to install F3's mod, F3's GSE. You'll get the actual launch mount, which is pretty cool. It still needs working, but it's getting better. Now you will have to line up the quick disconnects to like match up with these triangles, because it won't work on its own. You gotta match it up. This mod just came out like a few days ago, and by a few I mean like maybe like 3 or 4 days ago. Anyway, so but the launch mount, it actually has its own flame effects, and I'll show you that when we're in flight. So the quick disconnects move. There's also the flame, the flame bucket effect, the DSS, which is the fire suppression system. I know it's for the fire. And there's the flame trench, which is that thing right there. And then there's a top deck, which is right here. If you see the little holes, right, those actually feed water out. High pressure water to be exact. And we got the actual launch tower. And what I love about this mod is it adds the cladding switch so you can fully clad the tower up, which is pretty cool. Oh, you can also get the chopsticks, the launch tower chopsticks to catch the booster or the ship. You want to keep the arms open during launch, like this open wide. Also, now we got the ship quick disconnect, the upgraded version. Here it is. Now you will have to rotate and get the thing lined up, which I can do right now. Just need to line it up like that. There we go, lined up. This is a really cool mod, by the way. You should really check this out in your free time. Also here, you can extend the quick disconnect. So it literally goes into the holes, if that sounds wrong. It goes into the fuel ports. And then, it'll, fuel up the ship. Also, you can retract the crew platforms. I prefer you do this before launch. And then you can also retract the entire arm. So it literally will just swing out the way like that. I was actually expecting the arm to do like a full 180-degree turn out the way. So we just retract it back up. Make it slap the ship. Casually just slap the ship out the way. Now I'm going to try launch this at the normal Kerbal Space Center pad. Just because I know there is a Starship ground expansion, like ground effect thing that you can do. So you can get the whole ship and the launch pad like perfectly lined up and land. But I won't do that because I don't want, because I played around before we started stream, and it was like just breaking my whole game. and it was just annoying to deal with. It's just a nuisance. Even though it would look unrealistic on the like stock pad, it would just be still flyable. And also with the new Reforged Materials mod that came out the other day, it should make the shininess of the ship and the booster better. Not to mention it makes the tiles also shine, which, you know, is pretty cool. Also, I'm losing so much frames a second doing this. So yeah, what I did here is when you press 2 on the keyboard, you will shut down or start up the sea level engines on the ship. If you press 3 on the keyboard, you start up the vacuum engines to start firing in space. And if you press 4, you can toggle the flaps on the ship. If you press 6 on the keyboard, you also lock the flaps in, or lock their actuation. Then on action group 7, you can put them into the landing burn or landing flip maneuver. Just makes the landing angle and all that better. Also doesn't destroy, like, you know, mess up with the with your landing trajectory. Because Starship, when it comes back towards the launch tower in the near future, it'll flip, light its engines, cut one of the engines out, so, you know, it'll, like, slowly come down without overshooting. Then the chopstick arms will close in, and then it'll catch the ship by the launch. The catch nodes, the catch pins on the side, just under the forward flaps. Oh my god, my frames a second, it's lagging out. It's actually kind of annoying. Now about the booster. The booster's quite tricky to like pilot now, since we eliminated the yaw axis. So for the two grid fins sticking out from left to right, it's going to be a pitch control. So controls one way actually. Whereas the middle one controls the roll. And on action group 1, when you press 1 on the keyboard, we want the engines to be like switch back up. While on action group 5, which is when you press 5 on the keyboard, the engines will toggle like in that satisfying booster engine cutoff style. Man, that's a lot of talking. So you want to go previous engine mode and next engine mode. So that's like the shutdown sequence, which is pretty cool. Wow, already nearly 30 minutes into stream, not bad. And what I like to do before launch is I want to get all the effects right. So over here I would basically toggle engine for everything. So toggle the flame deck, the flame bucket, the flame trench, the top deck, and then the fire suppression system. So yeah, basically toggle engine for everything on the launch mount. Then do the whole retraction of the ship quick disconnect. So retract, quick disconnect, and then retract arm. And then we'll put the full-on release clamps for for number 10 action group. So, you know, undock node, toggle booster quick disconnects, the clamps, and release clamps for the clamping. So the booster is basically free. It's like free bird, yeah. And just starts tumbling on launch. Also, make sure to auto strut your whole rocket, otherwise it will do a wobbly and just not launch. So let's launch, and it should be fun. Now, if you're enjoying this stream so far, and you want to see more of this amazing content like this, feel free to like the video and consider subscribing, because we want to get up to 1,500 subscribers or better, 1 million. So here we go. So it launched, then we're gonna declamp it away. So yeah, this is the blue plume over here. And also you can see the onboards. You cannot switch vessel while in atmosphere. Screw that. Make sure to turn on MechJeb 2 if you don't know how to fly your rockets well. MechJeb 2 is basically just autopilot for rockets. Also, I'm gonna fix my Firefly mod because it's, a bit annoying at parts. Anyway, so the ship's making its way with the booster. Some onboards, actually, while we're at it. You can see those frost lines going down. Oh, we can see the interior, like the whole launch and Pez. Here's the engines. More engines. I like this view. And here's the onboards from the flat view, which is pretty nice. Now, when you do disengage autopilot, the engines will shut down, so just keep them running. And you want to reach about maybe 40 kilometers up. I don't know, somewhere around there. And make sure to keep the thing flipped so it is heat tiles away from Earth. And yes, I do know how to pilot this. And I didn't set the booster to priority, so I have to switch it back to the ship. Now we're going to go for the booster engine cutoff part, so press 5 2 times. So it leaves the 5 engines lit. Now that's a bug where it doesn't, it now shows. Then you have to fire the engines while keeping it flipped. So basically just pretend it flips upwards, then press 5 again so it fires up to 13 engines. And it's supposed to be 33 actually. Then back down to, the 13. That's how SpaceX does it on Flight 14. Now keep throttling down. Then down to 5. Make sure to check your fuel as well. That's a big problem. Now I'm going to toggle on infinite fuel for this so I can do proper landing burn. Also keep 13 engines lit at the moment. I'm going to quickly just decelerate and get rid of all of our speed. Also you might want to use the RCS engines. So we have the booster come right down. Also you might want to use your trajectories mod while you're at it. So you're going to be landing right there, I think. Then when you're in the atmosphere and pointed retrograde, toggle the brakes, and then the Griffins will move. So if you press E or Q, the roll Griffin will turn. Well, usually it does turn. But you're gonna have to fire up the engines quickly because we are going in pretty fast. And we're dead. We're gone. You would initially slow down a lot as well. So let's try that again, but like, you know, we'll do some fixes. So what did we learn? We learned to set the booster as priority so we can do the flip maneuver easily. That's a win. What I really love about this is like you can actually see where you're pointing. So set the booster to a higher priority. Then I think that's the main one, besides the fuel. And then I reckon that'll be it, I reckon. Oh yeah, oh yes, I remember now, I remember. The flaps. Sorry, the flaps? The griffins. I forgot to toggle them. Oh, I toggled them to abort, not brakes. Silly me did that, it's fine. You want to always toggle them so you can turn them on and off instead of activate or deactivate. So the middle one is roll and then the two outer ones are pitch, so that's how it should work. It's like a plane. And what are my family doing outside? I'm sure if you can hear that, yeah. So we're going to spend like another 40-ish minutes or so playing.
Was it at the car park you had to push here?
Oh yeah, I had to push my dad today, my dad's van, because the ignition and all that wouldn't start on his Citroen. But yeah, anyway, so let's go for launch. We're gonna fire up the engines. Look at that. Then we're gonna press 1 again so we can make it up, and then we're gonna engage autopilot this time and turn off infinite fuel because will be a problem when you want to get up there and do separation successfully. So this is the blue plume. Let's show you what the original plume would look like. It just looks like that. I prefer the blue plume because it looks more like clear near where the engines are. Where's engines?
It's not the
Where's engines? Oh, engines? There's flaps. Some cool flaps there. Now when you time warp, right, since these are solid parts on these, this will create some drag and it might flip or destroy the whole thing. So you know. Anyway, so here we have Starship with its 33 roaring Raptor 3 engines. Let's get the hot staging. The hot staging from the flap camera. Oh no, the engine bay. Engine bay would be cool. We're still going up. So we're going to go like this. We're just going to go booster engine cutoff, leaving 5 engines lit this time. We're going to flip, fire up, then like that, and then the booster just flies away. And then booster just makes its way back towards the site or recovery site. While the ship makes its way to space. Now let's try do a proper landing. Get some onboards while we're at it. I personally like this one, or this one here. So we're gonna decelerate all of our speed. To get back. Just gonna shut them all down now and then just orientate ourselves. And look at that, our grid fins are moving. Grid fins rotating, crowd is cheering, land and burn begins. I'm kidding. So we are spinning. This will create some yaw effect. Oh, we're coming in hot. Now we're gonna use the strakes on the bottom to see if I can decelerate it a bit. So yeah, we want to use drag as the power. And we're dead. That was much better than what we had before. So we're gonna get the ship into orbit. Because, you know, the ship is what we need to get our imaginary payload into orbit. What is that? That is weird. It's a weird effect where it just destroys my clouds. Anyway, we continue with the ship in orbit. We want to essentially get rid of all of the fuel in the main stage. So we want to get all the fuel out of this stage. So we're gonna have to vent it all out. Cryogenic tank, vent system, and we're gonna, we want to keep the header tanks like free from fuel, or free of fuel. It's such a weird mod how like my Kerbin looks way different than usual. But you know, here we got some onboards. Oh, you can zoom in. Wow. Not these ones though. Some forward flap cameras there. These look like the Dragon capsules. It's kind of funny. So let's just quickly get rid of all of the fuel from here. And we're going to shut down the vacuum engines first. So we're going to shut them down about now, leaving the sea levels lit. And now the sea levels are done. So basically, ship's in orbit, let's say. Now I did notice we do have to fix up the thruster configs. So we're gonna get rid of the roll for the main tank. We're gonna get rid of the roll, and then we're gonna let the top one do its job for the roll. And when we spin it, right, it shouldn't like roll as well. So we're gonna switch to like that, and then look at that. So here we go. Imagine I forgot to turn on the mic, so you just don't even hear anything. That'd be sad. Now we're gonna do a full 3 vacuum engine startup right now, so we can decelerate and return back to land or ocean, I think. So we're gonna fire up. There we go. Should we land on land or the ocean? Let's go ocean or land. So we can orientate the ship. You can actually orientate the ship you know, like this way, or like nose upwards, or you can go nose downwards. Now downwards would be more better because, you know, you can get an actual control on descent better. Whereas it's just easier to control it as well on going upwards. But when you point it downwards, you actually get a bit of like down drag, like downfall, I guess. It's like how F1 cars work. They use it. So here we have the aft flaps and forward flaps moving currently. I see some of the heat forming. But you want to keep that very stable. And by stable, I mean keep it flapping. It's finally flapping. Oh, actually, is there a SAS mod? Sorry, wouldn't this just be 70? No, this will be minus 70. I should have done this way before. There we go, see? Look at that. Initially, I want this to be minus 90. So doing this will make us point straight down. Oh, look at the engines. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Insert the re-entry heat shield fix music. So that, yeah, you can see the blow shocks, the blue effects, and then the main re-entry effects. Also, speaking of re-entry, when you're re-entering another planet's atmosphere, depending on what's like the atmospheric composition, the re-entry would be a different color. The effects would be different in color. So say if you went on re-entry around Mars, the plasma effects will be more blue, whereas here it's going to be like orangey purple colour, which is quite nice. Anyway, so let's see if I go like minus 120. So we get some control. Oh yeah, on board. There's a sun right there. Here comes the sun. Brilliant song. So yeah, minus 90 again. So look, this is why I love this way. And then there's the contrails. I'm not sure why the flaps, this flap isn't working well, but I'm gonna edit it real quick. Extend flap, not toggle deploy. There we go, it's fixed. So here we go, we're gonna do our landing burn. So we're going to fire all 3 sea levels, flip, and then close the flaps. Oh, we're going to be landing near mountains. Here we go. So we're gonna fire this way so we can get out of the like mountainous areas. So we're gonna fire, flip, close the flaps, throttle down immediately, and shut down engine 1. keep it locked onto radial out so we keep nose up. Why are we going that way? Then quickly orientate it. It's like we're gonna hit the tower. Then initially we would use landing legs if we were landing on Mars. I mean, it's a pretty good landing what we have over here. Pretty stable landing. Minus the horizontal drift. Then we can shut down all the engines before exploding. Just kidding, Starship wouldn't actually explode if it hit the ocean. You seen that on Flight 14. Yeah, some good views right there. A flower right in our face there. So let's recover it. It's time. And then yeah, we're gonna build a plane next. I think that'll be something different compared to what we would normally do, which is a rocket. And why is my KSC looking weird? Also, there is rain in this game, so you can get hit by the thunderbolts, by lightning. So you can get literal lightning that can literally hit your rocket. Speaking of lightning, when Apollo 12 launched in late 1969, it launched. Then during liftoff, I think it got struck twice by lightning, but everyone was fine already. So they had to actually reroute the auxiliary power immediately to the rocket. If they didn't, the rocket would likely explode. And if they had no power to eject, they would have died, the 3 men on board. But luckily they did that in time, and luckily Apollo 12 would land on the moon. It's a cool fact. And how do I know this? Because I read a lot online. Okay. Let's have a full-on Jaeger. Well, the head of it. Where's the head? Gypsy Danger. Just have Gypsy Danger moonwalk. That's cool. I'm just thinking what my spaceship should have, or my space plane. I was thinking, no, I'm kidding. Imagine I just come up with some abomination. Hello, Lachlan. Welcome aboard on the channel. Now, there's a few cockpits I want you guys to choose. So we have this one, that one, this one. Whatever this thing is. It's like a sunfish in a way, if you've seen those. Then we have another one, this one. Then this toe-looking thing. And then this weird capsule thing. And then another one, which is the big one. Oh yeah, plus that space shuttle cockpit. Some weird cockpits. Sorry I'm late. Don't be sorry, don't be sorry. So yeah, we're gonna see what I can make. I might use this cockpit for like a small one, like a small size plane. But you know, I want to get crew somewhere, so what I might do is I'm gonna get a hypersonic one. I really love this design because it has three Kerbals can pilot it. Well, 3 people I think can control it and live in it. So what should a space plane have? A literal bar and a golf course and a cinema and a and a kitchen, and then a bathroom, and then a full-on golf course, and then a full-on soccer course. No, I'm kidding. It needs, what are these? I don't know. It also needs, I reckon, some docking, some coupling, some docking, so we can dock up to a space station. So look at this, if you open shield, da 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 da. I like how it like opens outwards and then it pushes the docking adapter out. Oh god, don't say 6, 7. I might launch this off a Strato launcher. Like a plane that goes up high in the atmosphere, and then we'll do this like the X-15 has. How it would drop down, fire its engine, and then make it to whatever like target of trajectory it goes. So what does this need? This needs its own crew quarters here. Ooh, is there a switch to make this have the door upside down? Not sure. Let's also have some cargo as well. I feel like we should move this around to here. And then over here you have your payload. So there would be a payload door or cargo bay. Well, that's one big cargo bay. Oh. How does this close? Oh, it just turns. Alright. Nice, so this is our payload bay we got over here, where we would bay the payload. Very, very funny. Oop. Not my stream chat, it just died out for a sec. It'll be back online, I'm sure. Yeah. My stream chat just died for a sec. It'll be back, I'm sure. Because I accidentally clicked out for a sec. Anyway, here we go. So we're gonna have the engines, the fuel and engines. And we're back online, I think. So yeah, YouTube should be up. There we go. I'm not sure if you can see that. I was just checking if the stream chat would come up. But it's fine. Anyway, so over here we have the payload door. With service tank. This needs monopropellant. Oh, xenon. Mission support. We just need monopropellant for this one. This controls our thrusters. And also we need the fuel. We don't need much fuel actually. We only need like the fuel that would get us to orbit. Ooh, this is weird. This is gonna be tricky because engine-wise, we need something that can get us like from higher upper atmosphere to space. How about like one of these engines? These twin monster engines. No, what we have to get it to do next is we need to get. Oh, these are the ethanol alcoholic engines. So we need a high upper atmosphere one / vacuum. So I reckon what we'll do is we'll use these engines. Because we don't actually need we don't need to use like proper like engines to get us from the ground up to space. We can just separate it and then let it fly off. Now, what does a cool space plane need? It needs wings. Now, a few aviation lovers on this channel will know how to make a good wing design. And luckily for me, well, I don't know how to make one. So I'm just gonna just think of something, I guess. So I think a good start would be to have some strakes. And we're actually gonna give fuel in them, so our plane doesn't, our wings don't get destroyed when we come back down to the re-entry from all the G-forces. Yeah. Ideally, we want the center of lift in front of the center of mass, so that little blue dot in front of the orange one. This is quite a long plane to build. But initially, it's basically just a fighter jet, really. A space fighter jet. Why is that slow? That's very slow. That is very damn slow. Ooh, let's actually give it some let's make the wing bigger. So I reckon we're just gonna move it around here. Like this bird. It looks like a bird in a way. It's pretty cool. Now if we move up the engine's center of lift around here, I think that looks pretty good. Pretty decent. And then give it the fuel that it needs. I think that looks pretty good. Cool plane rocket thing. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. I can still read your guys' comments, by the way, through the stream chat. It's just like, it's not visible on the YouTube thing. We're going to get the thruster ports. So we need I need the big ones. So we can get that, then put this one right around there. There we go. I think the thruster ports are done. And the thrusters can easily maneuver the plane around. Though I am going to move the thrusters just there. Now this thing does not have any roll or yaw control. Luckily for me, we have these things called ailerons. This will be our roll controllers. So get rid of the yaw and pitch. So that's our pitch. Pitch? No, our roll, and then now we will have our yaw. We're gonna add double wingtails. I think that'd look pretty cool. Or maybe oh no, that's not a good idea. Because it's in front, the center of mass is right in front. Which is not what we want. I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh, maybe we can add these guys just to move it in front. There we go. That looks pretty good so far. So is our Strato launcher we're gonna get. I'm gonna keep these flap controllers this way, and they're not gonna actually control any like flaps. Actually, let's do some research because I'm getting a little confused. For a good plane, does the coal need to be in front of the com? Yeah, the center of gravity must be in front of the center of lift. I thought it was the other way. No, wait, we're fine. We're safe. We're safe for now. What was I thinking of? And yeah, this is the biggest plane I've actually made. Because all the other ones are tiny. Little baby planes. Also, make sure to set the brakes to 200%. So when you want to brake, you would literally brake. You'll break your own wheels. So yeah, here we go. We're gonna actually test and see if this will fly perfectly. Because we have a payload opener there. So let's just give this a little test flight, shall we? And hopefully it doesn't explode. Doesn't go kaboom. Also, you can see the frost. See your controllers work. It's very bright. There we go, much better. Ooh, we just skimmed the engines. But hey look, we're actually getting somewhere. But my frames aren't. So we have the nav ball and all that need to be turned on. There we go, vessel viewer. So we're actually getting places now with this, even though we're using vacuum engines. Vacuum engines will eventually, they'll actually kick in better, that will get higher up into the atmosphere. So our specific impulse or ISP is slowly rising. Our thrust is also slowly rising, so it's good. We're actually getting there. Brilliant. Oh, there's actually some heat sun form. So there we go. You can actually see the plume change. I'm surprised this plane can realistically get us to space. So we're in space now. Or high upper atmosphere. Now space, there we go. Now we're gonna go into orbit, put a Kerbal in space, like just on EVA. We're gonna get Bob out. So he's gonna inspect the ship. Then we're gonna switch back. So forward, backward, side to side. Watch this, just gonna take him in there. We're gonna open up the port, open up the shield and port. Bye bye, Jeb. Wait, what happens if we put him on re-entry? Here we are, so here's Jeb. That's Bob. We might want to no, we can't remove his helmet in space, otherwise he will die. There's no atmosphere. So yeah, here we go. Whee! I will open up the door again. I'm not sure about the you know, the like the oop. You know when the magnetic boots. So we did a thruster flap test. The thruster test. So we're gonna get him on board. Then we're gonna open up the hatch. There we go, and then to seat, and then get him back. So that's that. We're gonna close the shield, and then close down the cargo door. So that's that. That's the good test, actually, of the thruster system. Then we're going to do a deorbit burn, so we can, you know, return home safely this time. Ooh, let's actually plot out a course to the KSC. So we're going to create a maneuver node. We're better off to overshoot it than undershoot it. So there we go, this burn time will cost about 5 seconds of burn time. So here we go. We're gonna do our burn in the daytime. Start burn in 3, 2, 1, light. Then there we go. I think that's that. Oh, we kind of undershooted it. Though it's fine. We turn around and do a little burn again. This is why I love the trajectories mod. It actually shows where you will be and not where you are right now. So let's go descend into Kerbin's atmosphere. And then the plasma's starting to build up. So we're going to be landing right there. Oh, we're coming in hot. Watch me do this landing. We got no parachute to slow down, by the way, because we're not using parachutes. We're going to be using our brakes. So we're going to flip the vehicle down. Up. And spin it out of control. That's not supposed to happen. But it's fine, we can just course correct our engines. So here we come, down through the atmosphere. This thing is unstable. But screw it, we're doing it. Here we go. What happens if we drain out the fuel? You could just drain it all out and see what happens. Okay, I see the runway. There's Starbase. We're currently cruising just under Mach 1, or around Mach 1. We're coming in. We just cruise around, deploy the landing gear, and then slowing down. Coming in for a glide. Oop. Come on. It's fine if we go off the runway. Well, not fine, but you get it. Oop. Come on. Do a flip. Yoink. Beautiful landing. And a beautiful scenery. Epic screenshot moment. So that happened. Now I'm just going to just drive it back up to the runway. And get it back up. Bang, 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 bang. Fire up the engines. We're gonna take her to those hangars up there on that other side of the runway. So yeah, here we go. I'm gonna park her right into those two like little garage or hangar, should I say? Just casually see like one of those space planes just rolling along. I'm gonna turn into this one right here. There we go, beautiful. There we go, now it's parked. There we go, turn off the engines. This facility does not require stuff assigned in it. Store, there we go. What does that mean by store? I haven't actually used the Kerbal Constructs mod in a long time, so I wouldn't know. This is like a landing pad or helicopter pad. I don't know, I just randomly clicked it and saw what happened. Oh, there we go, there we go. So that was that. We're gonna move on to another game. We're gonna move on to KSP2 this time. But I need to figure out this chat system. So if I just remove it and then browser, I think. This is gonna be fun. The browser link, there we go. And if I go to Castle Labs again, I'm having stream problems. Then stream chat, then paste that into the URL. There we go, it's fixed. Now if I go into, I think it's filters, effect filters, chroma key, custom color, select color. And if I go add custom colors, I'll pick screen color. There we go, and then make the opacity or gamma? Smoothness, similarity, make that 0. So anyway, I got the stream thing working now, so that's fine. Now I will actually give this a little break, and then I'll get my other game set up. So you know, here we go. Okay, I am back finally again. We are now going to see. Let me get rid of this part over here because there's some parts that I need to get rid of on the stream chat thing. So you know it's a bit annoying. So here we are, filters. What else is also there? Crop, there we go, just crop it out. Bottom, what does one do? Nothing. Two. No, that does nothing too. Oh, this is such a lifesaver. I barely knew what that was all along. But it's just like peak. So yeah, stream chat is working again, finally. Now let's actually get into a proper game, shall we? Let's get KSP2 Redux out right now. Is it game worthy? Here we are. Here it is. I'm not sure if you can see it. Oh, maybe it's through
Is there anything you can
media. No, display capture or window capture. Yeah, so here. Oh dear, my PC. It's creating this like lag effect. What I can show you, right, is if I get my game capture, I'll just like update it fully. So then I'll just, yeah, there we go, start the game. This time, then we should be able to get into like a proper game of KSP2 Redux. Now KSP2 Redux is like the best ever, like it's so fun. Once I get loaded up real quick. But I really love the music, it's nice. You can hear it right now. Come on. I'm gonna try and see if it will load.
Yeah, it's in my room. Huh? It's in my room.
Or maybe I have to create another another game capture so it can function. Nice. It's up now. Look at that. Look at that ship. Look at that spaceship. What is that thing? I mean, it's a cool ship, but like, you know. So this is Kerbal Space Program 2 Redux. Let me see my settings. Okay, vessel autosave settings, show FPS. Getting 150 FPS, which is not bad. But I'm gonna have to turn it off because it's getting in my way. Maximum transition through camera. What was that? Was that spaceship? Oh, there's another one. That's also cool. Let's get rid of this test campaign. I'm gonna see what I can make. Look at that helicopter. I think that's like some sort of rescue helicopter. I'm not sure. But I know it's a rescue helicopter because it's red. Oh, this is my lander I made the other day. So we have drills. Drill enabled. Deploy the drills. We're gonna see what we can mine. Yes, we are mining. Any source of resource can we get? Ammonia or water? Let's get water. Then we can dump the contents later on when we're done. I see like the dust coming out as well, the dust kicking. We're gonna get hydrolox, no, methalox, enable converter, insufficient carbon regolith. What does that mean? Carbon regolith. That is weird. Oh no, we gotta go somewhere where there's like ice. So somewhere where there's ice is where we would find where there's like hydrogen, hydrazine, hydrolox, methalox. Yeah. So let's build something that will get there. Oh, there's a landing barge. There's a full-on drone ship. That's pretty cool. Fortunately, it's too massive to see. Oh, yeah, no, fine. It's so massive, look at that. Not sure, because that's in a new update of Redux. So, yeah. Okay. Just seeing if there's any new updates on Starship Expansion Project. Nothing new at the moment. Thank you, Carrie, and F3. You're the goat. You're damn right, Hal. You're damn right. Oh, speaking of which, look at this. We've got a full landing barge. Probe 9V inline landing barge. Nice. It says to be dated, I guess. Dance Cup. The Dance Cup. There's fun AFL going in the background at my place right now. But you know, we'll just ignore that. Because we all know on this live stream it's always better to have space flight playing. So we're going to make a lander. A big lander. We're going to go to an ice moon where there's ice where we can mine that for water. We're going to use the ISRE modules to convert those into, well, fuel. We need our adapter. No, can you? I'll not join your video calls. Alright. Let's add the extractor. I'm gonna get rid of this accent, this base, sorry, make it shiny. Update colors, there we go. Like that. That looks way better. Ooh, what about communications? Get this big dish. Now we will need to give this thing lots of power. Because this thing eats power like from breakfast. It's like massive. Okay, we need to add engines. So let's use the Labradoodle engine. Funny name. We got the Poodle engine. I really love this quad engine setup. It gives me the SLS vibes. Anyway, so we need a landing gear. The big large one. Goes open out. Look at that. Little legs. Little feet. We need also for resource conversion. We need our drillers. What about an orbital scanner? That's a bit big. All of these things. Carbon regolith. Small radial solids container. Small resource container that lets you store your shiny rocks. Warning, not intended for storage of personal belongings. So this installs liquids. It's ammonia and water. So this stores solids too. So this stores carbon regolith. It's actually quite interesting actually when you think about it. Now, I'm not sure about the science. Oh no, you dunk it. Oh, I love that bowl. That's like a bowl on the bottom. Anyway, so we need some of this, the thermal stuff, the radiators actually. Not sure if the radiators do work. They don't work, I don't think. This thing needs some power. Ooh, an RTG. Oh god, that's massive. That's pretty big. We could just use fuel cells, couldn't we? I mean, it's like that nuclear clicking sound. There's also fuel cells that give power to, and then a deep space fusion reactor. So that has uranium as well. But we're going to use the thermal RTGs, the thermal radioisotope thermoelectric generator. And then back up, we're going to use the these fuel cells. So it basically turns fuel into power. And maybe wondering, will we run out of fuel? Well, no, we won't. Because we'll use the fuel that we mined, so the carbon regolith that we mined from the ground. Store it through here, and use this through this converter, resource converter, the ISRU module. Now make fuel for us. This is actually quite cool. Oh, these things are big, these solar arrays, these wings. It's Colossus, massive. Yeah, so if you're enjoying the stream right now, and well, most of you are actually watching right now, but in case you're watching, right, please give us a like and subscribe. It will make my day. Yeah. So I reckon we're gonna land on Ike, which is another moon of Juno. So we have batteries. Communication is fine, I reckon. Heat shields are fine. Radiators are fine. There's cameras. Landing camera, radial camera, stickers. I think we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be very fine with this. I'm gonna call this miner, the miner, because it mines. We're just gonna spawn this like somewhere, I reckon. We're removing so much heat from this thing. So we're gonna put this in orbit around Ike. On the moon of Juno. So around here, I reckon. So we're going to put this the other way as well. We're going to be going opposite way so we can see Juno on this side. So we're going to turn it around. Around she goes. Here we go. Coming in for landing. So Juno is there. There it is. Here we go. This is our landing right here. Landing site is here. I'm gonna slow down a lot more because this is like a very bumpy area. What the hell is this rocket? It's not actually a lander, by the way. It's not a rocket. If it was a rocket, it'd be more round or pointier. But we're gonna be landing on this moon. How are we doing for volume controller? You can hear the volume is like dun dun dun. Tss. Like has that like that tom drum? I'm just adjusting the altitude as well. There we go. Oh, too much. And shut down. We're gonna be trying to land in a flat area, not where these mountains are. These actually look like volcanoes, not mountains. So Ike is gonna be a bit of a challenge. A challenge to land on, but you know, we're up for a challenge. So how are the radiators doing? Radiators are fine. They're down to cool down the whole, like the whole rocket or lander. Here we come. Well, that's a good throttle down. So now let it boing on the surface, like a boing boing. Come on, down we go. Oh, that's a bit steep. Boing. Yeah. Here we go. I love these landing legs are a bit annoying, but they're fine to deal with. So we're gonna try land around here. Oop, come on. Just around here. It's actually harder than I thought. Or we could just go like one section flipped. I'm gonna flip it the other way now. And there we go. Perfect. Just what I wanted. A broken landing leg and ripped off radiators. Fun. Very fun. I knew I should have added thrusters or some sort of maneuvering thrusters to get it to, you know, spin the way I wanted. Oh well, we learn from mistakes, I suppose. I'm also going to add some other little engines. So I might actually do some atmospheric landings too. It's going to be a bit different when, you know, we make this thing come down to land on Juno. So I'm going to bring this onto Juno now. But yeah, like about this planet is like the re-entry. It's gonna be fun. This planet has an atmosphere, by the way. So we're gonna go for atmospheric entry, and then we're gonna try recover it on land, on the ocean. Ocean? Atmosphere. On land. And there goes my mining thing. There goes my drills. So let's try this again. So I gotta get rid of unbreakable joints. Gameplay. Heat disable, part overheating. You want to listen to this OST? It's actually peak. So here we go. I'm gonna time warp right into the atmosphere. I'm gonna just sew the landing gear back. Just listen to this. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the OST. That was quite cool. It's a cool song. I'm just gonna decelerate immediately so we can get good, you know. It's a good amount of speed. Speed to altitude ratio. So currently going down. I'm just gonna remove the music a bit, so you know, like, just makes it easier for me to hear my own voice and also concentrate. But here we go, we're coming down. We're gonna decelerate as soon as we hit Mach 1. Because since Juno has more gravity than Ike, landing gear should be a bit more effective. You know what we had? We had Drez as well. There we go. It's good. That's better. That's way better, actually. Throttle up. There we go. Get ourselves down to. We want to get at least under the 5 meters a second. Because it's a big, heavy thing. Or we can hover it. Preferably hover. Come on. It's like landing at Valkyrie 9, but like slightly harder. So I don't want to risk it. That's the thing. Okay. I could just drop it, honestly. Wait, drop it. Maybe up it a bit. Maybe 80? 30? There we go. Oh no no no. Oh yeah yeah. There we go. There we go. Oh man, that was crazy. Shut down the main Labradoodle engine. Now let's start the mining operation, shall we? Alright, converter. Oxidizer containment. What are we getting? Show stats. Nice. Alright, that was stressful but fun. Let's go to tracking station right now and see where we are. So we have two vessels. So we have one on Juno and one on Dres. Alright, let's go. Right now I might actually end the game. And then what we will do is we might actually play Astroneer, because me has not played that game in so long. Let's get it set up at the moment, because you know we can do that. Okay. Come on, Astroneer, load. You're so annoying, I need you to load. Game capture. New. So anyway, here we go. We're going to go back to the save file. This is our normal save file that we have. So this is what we have the most progress on at the moment, which is great. So here we have a train and a rover. Where we can drive around. Oh, look at this thing. This thing's called a gravity globe. And watch this, you can like move around in it. What is that? Ruby, that's a tool. That is odd. That is very odd. We've got a hydrogen making machine. I need to get a big, one of those big grinders. Also, I need to invest in more like, what's the name? The hydrazine, the ammonium. But it's fine. We can get more. I really love this thing because like this thing has a winch on the end of it, so we can literally tug anything. So we can like transport anything really. So if we, let's just say we found like some broken up parts on the sideway, we can like tow it back to land. When we tow it back to land, right, it's gonna, you know, we can demolish it in the end. Demolish sounds like a bit of a bad word, so I'm just gonna say grind till it's gone. So yeah, once we grind all that, we can actually turn it into like parts, into scrap. And that scrap can be turned into, well, ammonium, which is the same stuff that is used for, well, hydrazine. So we practically have a hydrazine fuel farm. What if we go over here? Now the way you can find ammonium is around these forests, these big forests. And it's like this like skin color looking resource. Not this macaroni stuff, that is resin. Resin is more of a common type resource. And that's clay right there. That's compound. This is ammonium. Is that all of it? Am I being tricked? I feel like I am. Oh no, I'm not. It was just a tease. I'm gonna turn off the power generator as well. Oh, that's bright. So yeah, go to these forests and look around like the side areas, like the where the green and the like purpley look is. Look around there and you shall find it. Also, these white things are shells. Or maybe go this way. I'm just going around in circles, actually. Or should we just cut corners and just go straight through the forest? Would be funny though. Yep, sounds fun. Oh yes. Ammonium. There we go. So that's one. So yeah, we could basically make 2 hydrazine fuel, which is not enough exactly what we need. So what we will do actually is we'll end the stream at around like 2 hours and 30 minutes into stream. I reckon we'll end the stream there because yeah, I just can. Just because I can. Oh, and then a tree just fell on top of us. Sounds fun. I'm just gonna use up this last organic to power up our thing. And who knows, we might even know what to bring back. We might come back with a little present. So here we are. Come on, just using these last leaves of the organic before we use up another one. We can use this winch at the back to pull stuff in. There we go. So we're just gonna put these two onto here. So we can make maybe like six. Okay, we have 6, so we can make 3, 4, and we can make 5 total, I reckon. If there's enough in here. Oh, which is way more than we thought. Let's go back where we came from, really, so we can... We'll see if we actually can find anything that we can tow. And just drive through these rocks. No, man, let's reverse. I'm not really a good driver, but, you know, I can drive well in the video game. Oh yeah, this black stuff right there is graphite, so you can basically use that and turn that into whatever. I think you can make an auto arm with that, as well as the packager, which literally repacks things for you. I'm gonna try to find a wreckage. Yeah, anyway, so we're just gonna recharge the battery. While I'm at it, we're gonna drive while recharging. Not sure if that's a good idea, but if it works, it works. And we're going the complete opposite wrong way. Yeah, sounds fun. Also, sometimes in the forests, you can see the crashed spaceships. Wait, can this be grinded? We're gonna winch it and see what happens. Just gonna yoink that. Yoink. Now we could grind that like crashed rover there, or broken down rover, but you know our thing is too tiny. And there's another one. Let's take that one back as well, but like our winch only supports 1. Oh, what if we just triangle? Nah, we're just taking that one. It looks like. So we're gonna go through the forest, because why not? I can do whatever I want. I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better. Anyway, here we come, just dragging that along. Oh jeez. Watch the hill. The hill? The crater. It's a massive crater. Oi! Look at that. It'd be funny if we get like a crane module thing, attach the winch to it, right, and see what happens. Because I know there's a glitch where like if you have a crane in the winch, it starts to do some funny stuff. Oh, I can't grind it. Oh well. Hydrazine, yay. We will use all this hydrazine to make fuel. One, two. This game's so fun when you know what you're doing. Oh, I'm not there. I want to go over here. I actually wonder what ammonium would taste like. I don't know why. Ding! Actually, while I'm at it, I might as well research it. What does ammonium... Sharply bitter, salty, and slightly sour. Oh. It's kind of weird how you can like sort of simulate what things taste like. It's weird but interesting at the same time. I need to make one of those like really big like grinders. You know what? Let's do it. So yeah, we can use the big printer. So I need a exo chip and steel and tungsten carbide. Damn. I'm gonna stop making gas for a second. So carbon and iron. Oh, I got steel. What else does it require? Tungsten carbide. I got that. And now I just need exo chip. So I need to find a way to get exo chip. 2 in fact. Or bingo, astronium. We need astronium, and that is at the center of the planet. So let me call our train. Give it some time. It's coal. You know what coal looks like? It looks like it has like little AirPods, with those weird stone looking things that you find at the core of the planet, or something like that. We just went past some poisonous plants just then. Sounds normal. Is it possible for underground plants to survive? Because there's no sunlight down there. I mean, they would have had oxygen or water available and soil. So that's a win. That copper down there. It's all malachite. So we're gonna find Australium at the core of the planet. And I mean a lots of it. Yeah, I mean yeah. Go back, back, back. Also, you might want to avoid these mushroom things because they will spike you. They will spike you to death. So this purple green stuff is Australium. There we go. We can trade it up later. So I'm gonna fly all the way to my train. Fly, my bird. So I'm gonna transfer all of these ones over here. Leave the lights on. And I have to fly again. Getting there is hard, but flying there back is easier. Or is it? I don't know. There we go. More! We need as much as we possibly can. So I'm gonna run and fly. Now our engines will die out. So yeah, we're gonna have to just transfer all of these onto the train system. Oh, railway system, should I say. And I need to get more as well to fill my backpack. Oh my god, my hydrazine fuel shortage is gonna go out real fast. I'm gonna use like little puff bursts of thrust. I don't know why that bit is just floating there. Ooh, I nearly died. Ooh. That bad. Mining away. So I'm running out of oxygen and as well as the batteries. So let's go back up to land. Now we're on the overworld. Yay! Oh, this thing requires so much Australian for just one exo chip. I need 2. Ah, screw it. I'm just gonna use the whole batch. I came what I saw, what I conquered. So you can trade those up for 2. Oh, we got lithium. Nice. We're gonna make another one of those benches to kind of like destroying things. It's extra resin and iron. That's what we need. Oop, down she goes. Yoink, yoink. And I'm gonna take these 2 too. And build. I'm gonna go to Glacier to get some more iron. There you are. I didn't fly right through the planet. Oh, I flew right through Calidor. What is that? What the hell is that? Is that a hurricane? Imagine it was, that'd be crazy. Anyway, off I go. I actually need to collect some more of the what's it called, the right through the planet to grab some of the iron stuff. Because you know iron is good. The reason I'm getting this thing is because I want to immediately get rid of these of all these bench trade things, these platforms. So I'm gonna go find a resin pile area to mine out. Instead of me just destroying stuff and recycling it up. Because you know, we actually got to do stuff here instead of just sit around and be lazy. Well, in the game, would you look at that, a pile of resin. I'm just gonna mine all that. I'm gonna mine all this out. Here we go. The macaroni cheese. Yummers. I feel like I'm making some of you guys hungry. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Who knows? Anyway, return back to base. So over here, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna put the trade platform onto this big one, along with the large shredder and then the extra large shredder as well.
A fish is so genetically distant that most fish parasites simply can't unlock your body at all. This is why one of history's deadliest meat parasites,
It's gonna be very fun actually.
almost exclusively
We're going to clean up all the mess we get and use it for scrap.
so what killed people for centuries before we
I'm not sure about the storage and all that.
trichinosis, muscle pain, fever, in severe cases, death. For most of human history, nobody knew why. They just knew raw meat sometimes turned deadly. But then science confirmed.
Because we've got the mega printing platform.
Now, imagine
Or should I say the super printing platform, because it has like the medium and small and large printers.
do you eat it raw, or do you take the risk of building a fire first? Every single human who chose fire, who chose to cook that meat,
So to unpack that.
every human
Holy fudge, that's big.
rolled the dice with an invisible enemy.
It's massive.
Generation after generation, the fire users lived longer, had more children, passed on. This is why the smell of raw mammal meat triggers
So I place that down and we'll start, destroying stuff. What's this that right there? It's a drill. Drill strength 3. You can make it from diamond and all that. Diamond in this game is not really like the diamond like you would expect in Minecraft. It's like really good.
carry any danger at all.
Well, actually, I should have used that a bit of Australium there.
Real worms, Anastachys worms, are one of the most common. They live coiled inside fish muscle, waiting. But here's the twist. These worms are adapted to survive
I
inside
can get 2 solid fuel jump jets from that if I wanted to.
whales, other sea creatures. Not here. When Anastachys
Now, what about this, right? I'm gonna have to get this out the way.
life cycle, it causes irritation,
So I'm gonna drive you out.
but it rarely establishes a long-term infection.
Now I'm gonna put this here.
It's a dead end for the parasite.
You may be wondering why am I putting this over here?
This still doesn't mean
It's because it's not really a part of the base.
it means the risk operates on completely different rules. So how did humans figure out which raw fish was
And I need some extenders.
This part is almost unbelievable.
I'm gonna chuck it over here. And then this will be our mega platform, I guess. Just gonna completely obstruct the view over here. So there we go. And I'm gonna put the other grinder over here. On a grinder. Got the scary grinders. So let's put you in there. Just eat him up. We're gonna eat him. Some good scrap right there. Get some good scrap from that. We're gonna eat them all. You know what, I could just move it over here. Eat them up. Yummers. Yummy. Gonna eat them all. Yummy. Over here is where we're gonna basically this is all gonna get turned to scrap, and this will be traded up through the scrap trader. So we just have to get rid of all this, all these bits. Or you can take this part out as well. So we can get loads of scrap from this, which is what we want. I'm grinding a grinder. It's freaking cool. It's like saying I'm boiling a door. I'm boiling a door! What happens if we boil... No, not boil. What happens if we grind hydrogen? I don't expect that to go well. Then over here, what reckon I'll do is I'll get rid of this as well. Because those will also be useless at times. Check all this out. I'm grinding another grinder. Can I grind myself? Ah! I'm kidding. There's so much. Oh my god. I wanna get so much lithium from this. With all that lithium, I'm gonna use that to make batteries and nuclear reactors. And also, these are useless now. These modules. So we can like recycle a lot from all this. Oh Jesus, that's weird. I might get rid of the tractor, I reckon. I want to get rid of one of those vehicles. In fact, I might even blow it up. So let's send these up to get some lithium back. You know? Doesn't all this look pretty neat now? This is my current base now. So what I did here was I literally just moved things around. Oh my, that's a lot right there. A lot of zinc. I'm putting a lot of zinc right here so I can use that to make all the RTGs. because I'm going nuclear this time. And also to power up my bases. So yeah, over here we're making another RTG after this one. Or battery. Oh no, I'm making batteries, not nanocarbon alloy. We need nanocarbon alloy. That's expensive. Don't you worry, folks. We can make that probably pretty soon. So my Calador or Glacio base, we can power up our area. I mean, we have a giant wind turbine as well there, which is nice. Do we need more lithium? Well, that's all of it. Yeah. So we have power for days almost. We should really stock up on hydrazine more. So I'm gonna add more to the battery bank as well.
It was so promising.
And look at that, refueling the hydrazine farm. Just casually just drinking it. It's like slurping it all up. It's funny. Anyway, let's launch. The batteries is refilling up the power.
Because they're outdoors.
Guess you can call this power play, I guess.
I'm not showing the guitars.
I'm gonna take these all the way to Calador as well. I'm gonna go to my other base in Calador, which is a nice fun base over here.
It's called Winter Sun.
There we go, this is enough, I reckon. So let's just reverse, turn back, and just drive over these plants. Sounds fun. Do some hill climb racing up here. You know what this tractor and trailers remind me of? Yeah, like that little thing that would drive around in from the night garden. So that little thing, that little teapot thing. I don't know what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about. That teapot eye looking thing. And get some. Since we have all that solar power, we're gonna actually store it in some batteries. One and two. There we go. I think that looks a lot more cleaner now.
You do like your car, Thomas?
Nah, I haven't put the
So yeah. Ooh, why is that?
Leave that till tomorrow. Then.
So what I reckon I'll do now is I reckon I'll end the stream pretty early now.
Sorry?
So I'm gonna stick these hydrazine things on the engine, not on.
I'll try and glue your head guard.
I'll stick that on. There we go. So I'm gonna end the stream now. So thank you all for joining, even though no one really talked to me much, but you know it was nice. So yeah, this is what happens on the Blue Aerospace channel. So, see you guys later.